Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. I am definitely over a week late on releasing the WandaVision episode 6 review. I apologize for that. I just had a very hectic schedule out of nowhere, but I'm gonna go straight into the review. The first thing is that I wasn't the biggest fan of the intro song, but after two more viewings, I believe, it actually grew on me because obviously who doesn't love Malcolm in the Middle if you grew up in the early 2000s, so that was definitely a great Easter egg. The similar theme song and a similar intro as well. The kids are now talking to us? What? I love it, especially since in episode 7 they went with the whole Modern Family type of sitcom, but that was interesting to see. The next thing is Evan Peters, Quicksilver. You seem very sketchy. What is up with you? You're definitely not. You're either not Quicksilver or he has to be the X-Men version, because that would be such a waste. To get this huge actor to just come in so that the writer and director are we got you over there, we pranked ya. He was just there for a cameo appearance, but I'm really hoping that they actually do the X-Men kind of crossover type of thing. We're gonna have to wait and see if that actually does happen. Now the next thing is Wanda and Vision in their comic accurate costumes. Obviously they're not as high quality because they're handmade, but I love that. I love it when we actually see whether it's, I don't know if that actually happened with DC, but whether it's any type of superhero wearing their actual original outfit is freaking epic. I find the speed that they use for Pietro, the Evan Peters version, is very interesting. I'm pretty sure it's exactly or close to the same as Aaron Taylor Johnson's in Age of Ultron, but I just like how you can actually see him running by, where ideally if you're very fast you can't see it to the human eye. The other thing is I love their him and Tommy, I believe it's Tommy, they're little Quicksilver and Speed outfits. That was adorable. The next thing actually has to go with the twin names. I love the fact that Evan Peters is basically the viewer, or maybe more the general viewer that doesn't really know about Wanda's children in the comics, but it took me the longest time to figure out who Billy and who Tommy was. Even with the colors, I was still all, long hair is Tommy, short hair is Billy, right? But besides that, Evan Peters, Pietro, is very sketchy. He looked into the camera when Billy was talking about Wanda and Vision fighting, dude, you are definitely up to no good. Clearly it's shown later in the episode. It's just, I really hope he's an actual Quicksilver and he's not just, if he was potentially brought by Agatha or Mephisto, if they did that, then I wouldn't be as excited. Now I noticed that this episode is definitely immediately after Hayward fired the missile, because they're just going through that stuff, and the meeting between him and, I'm gonna call them the Nerd Squad, Monica, Jimmy Woo, which is fucking blowing up all over TikTok. I mean, Randall Park deserves that recognition, but I don't know if he wants to go by Jimmy Woo. Anywho, that's not the point. And Darcy, the Nerd Squad, as I'm gonna dub them. They're confronting I Can't Talk, I apologize, and he kicks them out immediately, which, Hayward, you are such a fucking low dick for using an excuse. like Monica said, using the last 5 years is an excuse for a coward. So, enough with that. The next thing I want to point is Herb is acting a little bit weird. It seems like maybe he's acting to keep Wanda happy, because he's like, is there anything you want me to change? Like, can you even do that if you're technically being controlled? I'm not entirely sure. Also, the Kick-Ass reference that Wanda says, if you don't know, Aaron Taylor Johnson, who played Quicksilver in Age of Ultron, and Evan Peters, who played Quicksilver clearly in WandaVision, but also in the X-Men movies, they were both in Kick-Ass, and they played best friends. So just to have that little Easter egg, I loved it. As well, the movie theater was playing The Incredibles and Parent Trap, and those movies came at two very different times. One in the late 90s, and the other one, I believe, in the early 2000s. But The Incredibles is about a superhero family, and I can't remember, but Parent Trap is about twins that get reconnected again, and they try to set their parents up together again so that they fall in love, and it's like, oh, happy family. Highly unrealistic, but it's a great movie either way. I have to say that commercial this episode was very weird, that claymation. The only thing I'm gonna say is, when I was watching it, I thought, is it potentially that Wanda's magic is draining the life force out of people? It's like making them die. I've seen other Easter egg videos about it, but I don't want to get into it because that is nightmare fueled, along with the dead Vision back in episode 3. Also, here are a few questions that I had. Why the fuck does Hayward want Vision? Obviously, like, to use him as a weapon, but seriously? Have you not learned from Age of Ultron? Have you not realized, like, why the Sokovia Accords were made? The next one is, why are they frozen? Is it because of Wanda, or is it because of whoever's potentially, like, actually the bad guy in the show? We're gonna have to wait and see, but hey, besides that, Agnes is being sketchy like always. She's pretending, definitely pretending, that she's frozen, because Vision touched, like, all the other people, or he went by those people, and they weren't even, like, saying anything. So Agnes, who are you trying to lie to? Because, like, we, the viewers, we 100% know you're bullshitting, but that was a very creepy scene when she kept saying dead, dead, dead to Vision, and it's like, okay, now you want him to realize, so either you want him and Wanda to, like, have beef with each other and maybe, like, cause a fight, or maybe you want, like, Vision to try to, like, get this whole reality thing to, like, be over with, because the whole for the children thing is over with, so that's not really a big deal anymore. Now, I love the fact that Peter called Wanda out for kids all of a sudden being there, but then in the next episode, we don't really see them. Like, where are you hiding, You're not trying to, like, traumatize them, so that's why you've been keeping them away, right? Right. The one thing I will say is, I did not expect, the dead, Quicksilver. Obviously, it wasn't as much as, like, probably like a unintended jump scare like the dead Vision. But the one thing is, how would Quicksilver know how he died in the streets? But don't you realize, like, he was the one running, he was the one that died. Obviously he knows how he died because that's what happened to him. So that argument is not very strong in my opinion. Another thing is that I hate how he's probing Wanda. Like, you're suspicious. Wanda is suspicious of you, and you probing her obviously isn't gonna help your case, man. Obviously you're gonna be, like, even more like, I don't trust that guy, but whatever, do what you want if you're gonna be a bad guy. Now, the last part I'm gonna talk about is obviously, like, that ending we got. So Vision finally managed to get out, but he was dying, and I fucking hated how Hayward was like, so he really wants out. Like, no, man, he wants to know what the hell is happening. If he knew that you were gonna use his body to make a weapon? You think he would leave? No, you are an idiot. I actually hate that man so much, and I hope he gets what he deserves in the show, but that's for another day. What I'm trying to say is that it was just very, like, sad to see him, like, falling apart and going back into the, pocket reality. And then when Billy was like, Mom, Dad's in trouble, and then Wanda did the whole, like, everyone freeze. I'm gonna expand this. And obviously she didn't want to do it on purpose, but, like, if the one person she loves and kind of has left now, I mean, she does have the twins too, but you get my point. If they're about to die, obviously she's gonna do whatever she can to save them. So it's just, the show is very sad, and it's very interesting to see how Wanda's dealing with her grief in these different stages. And I know that the actress for Monica said that the ending is very sad, but I really hope Vision doesn't die, because Paul Bettany is a very good actor. And the sword agents, they're all assholes. They have, like, no courage at all, because they literally leave Darcy there and they get what they deserve. Wanda turned them into a circus. She turned them into clowns, because that's how she views them. That's how everyone is viewing them, because get your shit together. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna end the video at this, though, because it's probably a long review. My notes are always a little bit, like, hectic all over the place, because it's like, oh, this happened, this happened, this happened, so I apologize if I kept rambling on. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe to the button below, comment down below what your favorite scene in WandaVision was for this episode, and besides that, I'll see you next time.